Greetings, everybody, and welcome to Nevertheless Commentary. I'm your host, Sipon of Sipon Sport, your favorite Ankh on the net. We are looking at the game of Cameroon versus Morocco. Morocco beat Cameroon with 2 goals to 0. I think he approached Cameroon with the 3-5-2 approach. They were going to be defensive and try to catch Morocco on transition with Ipe Saga, Nigida, and also Mbeumo on the right hand side, leaving Kofane as a lone striker up front to actually hold the play up. I don't think that was a good strategy. Number one, if they were playing a transitional football with three center backs, that means they have spaces on the shoulders. Now you cannot leave those spaces on the shoulders facing a team that has Brahim Diaz on the right and also Ezalzuli on the left, because they are going to flank you and they are going to actually find a way to actually destroy you. And that's exactly what happened. They flanked them, they got set pieces, and they whip in those crosses, and then they punish them. Now, if you'd ask me what was going to happen to this game, I was going to tell you exactly what happened, because I knew that there's no way that the Cameroon was going to beat in Morocco. Looking at the fact that the last game that they won against South Africa, against the Bafana, it was based on pure luck. It was based on pure. If you know football and you watch the game and you see what happened on that game, on that night, you know that actually Cameroon won, but based on pure luck. But they were outplayed also, outsmarted, out everything by the South African. That's what happened today. They were outmaneuvered, outsmarted, outplayed, outpaced, out everything. There was no department where the Cameroon was actually good or was better than the Moroccans. On defense, on the build-up play, Aguerd, Masina, Hakimi, and Mazrao were very, very brilliant. The support with El Ain Alapaya and also playing with either El Khanis or Saibari, it was very, very brilliant. The combination play of Mazrao, Saibari, and also Ezalzou was very, very magnificent, flanking in Umalon Lapaya, no Chemad. And Uchemad Mangabeli Lapaya, they brought on this player. What's this player's name? They brought in Eta Eong. Now, if I'm not mistaken, that's the same player who began a game against South Africa. And Cameroon suffered a lot with that guy on the field of play until they decided to change him on the 20th minute. Once they changed him, they actually looked a little bit on shape, because they didn't gain the control of the game, but somehow they looked a little bit balanced defending against South Africa. Now, when Chamedu got injured and then they bring in this guy, you could see that, okay, they are suffering, because this guy doesn't actually give them nothing in terms of defense. In doubling up Ezazuli with Umalone, or doubling up Saibari with Avon, or doubling up Gumazrao with Mbeumo, he was giving them nothing defensively, and also on offensive, he wasn't giving them nothing. On position, he loses the ball easily, and he can't even. His timing is very, very poor. His timing is very, very poor. You could see he's an attacking. He has an attacking mentality. Judging him on how he defends, but he doesn't give you nothing also offensively. So either way, looking at El Ain now, Saibari, El Khanis, how they actually outsmarted Cameroon on the middle. They outpaced them. They were always first on the ball. Even on the second balls, they were always the first one to actually get to the second ball. They were so aggressive. They were so over Cameroon so much that even I couldn't even understand the strategy with Cameroon when they had a goal kick to actually let a pass to actually just kick the ball up front, because they compete for that ball. If the goalkeeper kick that ball up, they compete for that ball. And Cameroon, Morocco was actually first on the first ball and also on the second ball. They compete for the first ball. The Morocco will win it. If not, they compete for the second ball. Always the second ball was for the Cameroonian. So flanking them using Brahim Diaz, who is Al-Zul, is what actually won them the game. That was the decider of the game, of the entire game. Because if you look at the first half, they had at least 7 corners, at least 6 corners, and the Cameroon had nothing. So that means they went to the first half or to the halftime with nothing to show. On the other hand, Brahim Diaz had scored from one of those set pieces, and they were controlling the game. Coming to the second half, you could see that, okay, the approach Morocco now, it's actually sit back a little bit and catch them on transition. The game that Cameroon tried to apply on the first half, but it worked for them. It worked pretty well for them. Actually, it was a masterclass teaching them how this is done. Because they were more threatening playing on transition than what Cameroon tried to do on the first half. Coming from the halftime, they tried to play on the front foot, but they actually failed to actually combine 5 passes. Now, if you cannot combine 5 passes, there's no way that you're going to break the opponent, because if you cannot combine, if you can 1, 2, 3, then you lose the ball on the 4th or on the 5th pass. That means now you've lost the position. You need to actually track back and try to defend, which actually was the difference on today's game. Congratulations to Morocco. I think they deserve it. They were the better side today. Hard luck to the Cameroonians. Hard luck to them. I knew they were going to lose, and I thought it was going to be even worse than what we saw today. But I think they tried their best to actually make sure that they actually lost the game with 2-0. So congratulations to Morocco. They made actually their country proud. They actually showed that they are number 1 in Africa, and they are here to compete for the title, and also showing that they are actually one of the teams that we actually going to export as Africans to the World Cup 5 months later to America, who actually we hope they are one of the teams that's going to represent Africa very, very well. Congratulations to them. They're playing a beautiful brand of football. They're always on front foot. They initiative play. They play on a high intensity game. I think they are brilliant from all the department. All the players actually really want to win. You could see that everyone is happy. Everyone wants to win. Everyone is playing for one another, offensively and even defensively. So there's nowhere where you can actually point out and say, there is the weakness. If you want to hit them from that angle. It's really hard to actually pinpoint that. But I am hoping that probably on the next game, the way they are going to be a little bit challenged, because today I think it was a walk in the park. That's my opinion. I think it was a walk in the park. The fact that the Cameroon came in with 3 center backs and actually left spaces on the shoulders of the defense for Brahim Diaz and also Al-Zul to actually flank them into those positions, and failed to double up with Nangita, Nonoho on the left hand side, and also Uchamatu Nomalo on the right hand side. The fact that they failed to double up against Diaz and Al-Zul, it showed that actually their strategy wasn't working, and there was no way they was going to win that game. And also Unamaso, Ubaleba, Avon in the center of, I think the fact that there were 5 of them, it was actually to make sure they denied time and space for a player like Alina, El Kanusi, and Saibari, but they failed to do that. 5 of them, they failed to do that. Even on build-up phase, Baleba was showing up, but you could see that he was nervous. He got the ball and turned and rushed to make a pass and then lose the ball. So there was a lot of actually negatives that were there in the team of Morocco. And congratulations to Saibari, Umazrao, Nomasina, and El Aina to make sure that actually they isolate Mbeumo from the game. Make sure that he doesn't receive the balls, because I think he's one of the players from Cameroon who can make things happen, who can actually make them tick, who can actually win them the game. So they make sure that they isolate him from the entire game. It worked very, very brilliantly, and actually saw them winning this game. So congratulations to them. They were the better side. Hard luck to the Cameroonians. I'm hoping that they will actually regroup and recover and actually come back even stronger, because we want them to be stronger going to the World Cup. Thank you. This is Nevertheless Commentary. If you watch till now, don't forget to smash that sub. I am your host, Sipon Love Sipon Sport, your favorite ank on the net. Peace.